Welcome to your IDShield app. This is more than just identity theft protection or credit monitoring. This is protecting your entire digital life against thieves, protecting your privacy, and making sure as technology advances that you and your family have the best protection to protect your assets. The purpose of this video is to give you a tour so you know how to set up your ID Shield and maximize your services. This video will be broken down into several sections. Please look at the chapters below on the video to fast forward to any section that is applicable to you. The first thing you need to know, you can use the same credentials you use for your Legal Shield membership to log into your ID Shield membership. These credentials are universal across all of our apps. When you initially log into the app, you will have to verify your identity. We will pull some information from your credit bureau that's applicable only to you. The first and most important thing you need to do is to set up your monitoring. What makes us drastically different from every other service is that we monitor all of your information. I like to call this 360-degree protection. Most of the fraud that occurs today, up to 70%, is not even credit related. So those who have protection through their banks or credit card, it's a good start, but definitely not the best protection you can get. When you set up your monitoring, there's several ways you can set it up. First, you can click the Get Started button, or at the bottom, you can click the My Info button. Either one of these will lead you to your personal information. From there, you can voluntarily add all information that you want us to monitor. My suggestion is always add as much information as possible. The information that's shown here are the same information that thieves use to commit fraud. You have your personal, your contact, your financial information, healthcare, one of the toughest ones to resolve, business, and online ID. Click on each one and fill in the information they have. Remember, we can only monitor what you allow us to. Once you have your monitor information, alerts will start to populate. Now, some of you, if you haven't set this up, when you first initially log in, you may see identity alerts already there. We're able to build a profile on you based upon the questions that you answered on your application and start immediately monitoring. You can find your alerts under the Alert tab at the very bottom. Your alerts are divided into two categories. The first one is credit alert. These alerts show impact changes, score changes to your credit file. Not only do they show changes, but if you click on the plus button, they'll also let you know what caused the change. The second type of alert is identity alerts. Our system monitors the dark web and finds out any type of dark web alerts that we deem are suspicious. You can click on any one of those dark web alerts, press the plus button, and you can expand it to get more information about it. If there's any questions, please call the support number that's listed. Next, let's talk about your home screen. Your home screen contains a summary of all the main features of this app. It contains your credit score. It also contains a summary of your alerts, both credit and identity, which happened in the last 30 days. It contains your personal information that you're monitoring, how many personal ID, how many contact information. It also contains recommended actions. If you stroll under helpful tips, you can see that there are many helpful tips that we give out at no cost to help you, from credit scores to credit reports to reducing solicitations to other things that you need to focus on keeping your identity safe. At the very bottom, you can talk to an expert. Part of your membership is unlimited consultation for any type of identity theft, fraud, or credit issues. That means that you can talk to an expert during business hours and even emergency after hours if it's a identity theft emergency on weekends or after hours. These specialists are trained in many areas, including credit scores, cyberbullying, and phishing schemes. One of the things I tell my members to do is to ensure that if they're on social media, talk to an expert about their privacy settings. How do you know your privacy settings are set up correctly? Do you know when you post who sees them? Do you know exactly what data they can get from your site? These are good questions to talk to an expert about so you can ensure your social media is secure. The next thing I want to talk about is your side menu. Your side menu contains other services that you have already automatically included in your ID Shield. Click in the upper left-hand side, left-hand corner. You can see where it says Manage My Identity. Click on that menu, and there's different features of our ID Shield, including things like dark web monitoring, which monitors the dark web for all your personal information. Reputation management. This is a feature that we have that secures and protects your reputation online through Google search, through social media scans. Anything that looks like it may be reputation damaging, we'll advise our clients on. This is great for people who want to maintain a clean reputation online, such as looking for promotions at jobs, running for office, or run a big social media campaign. If you scroll down to the bottom, you get more FAQs about our reputation management. Next, we have Privacy Check. Privacy Check goes through the hundreds of data broker websites to scrape your information off of those websites to lower solicitations, also lower the risk of you being a victim of identity theft. Each one of these websites have a different way or method that you have to follow in order to remove it off. Make sure that you follow those ways and follow these instructions so you can move it off. As you can see, I have 5 sites with action required. 294 sites my information has been removed from. What we'll do is remove it off, and every 90 days, we'll re-remove it. This can cause a significant decrease in your spam calls and spam texts. Next, you have social media monitoring. We look for different clues or different changes in your social media to make sure no one's trying to take over your account. Be sure to add all your social media accounts and re-verify them if needed. Next, we have sex offender monitoring. You can search any address in the United States and get exactly between a 1 and a 5 mile radius of any sex offenders within that area. It doesn't just show you who they are, it actually shows you how far they are from you, their picture, and everything else. Next, you have Manage My Credit. This is where you can detail about your credit score. You can actually set up what they call financial account monitoring, where you can put thresholds to be notified if your accounts have had certain amount of money spent out of it, deposited into it, your network has changed, etc. Next, you have Payday loan monitoring. Keep in mind, many of the services I'm showing you do require you to actually register them. So they're not automatically registered. You have to opt in. Payday loan monitoring checks non-credit based monitoring. So this is non-credit loan. Things such as buy here, pay here loans, cash advance loans, rent to own loans. From there, you have Secure My Devices. Telecom monitoring protects you against caller ID spoofing, where a thief can take your phone number, spoof it, meaning clone it, call your family and friends or people that know you, and your phone number appears on a caller ID even though it's them. The next services are Trend services. Now, Trend is a third-party company to us, so you do have to register in order to get these services. Now, the services that are at no additional cost to your ID Shield are the Anti-Malware, the Password Manager, VPN, and ScamCheck. Let's go through each one of these services so you can understand the importance of having them. Now, keep in mind, in order to sign up for these Trend microservices, the information is at the very bottom when you have to log in and create a Trend Micro account. Once you create an account, it's going to be tied into your ID Shield account, which gives you access to those services at no additional price. Please note, Trend does have additional services. The only services that are at no additional price to our members are the services that are listed here. Anti-Malware. This anti-malware service is to protect your devices from cell phones, tablets, computers against malware, ransomware, etc. Now, if you access this on your computer from accounts.legalshield.com, the anti-malware services are going to be a download that you can download onto your computer. If you access this from your phone, the anti-malware services is going to be an app you access from your app store. Keep in mind, individual accounts have up to 3 different devices they can use these services on. Family accounts have up to 15 devices they can use these services on. There are many different features of our anti-malware services, and we'll go into that at another video. Password Manager. This is where you can not only create strong passwords, but also our system tells you how strong your password is and the likability if it can be hacked in what time frame. This is great for people that have different operating systems. For example, if I have an iPhone, which uses iOS, and a Windows computer, which uses Microsoft, then my password managers don't sync across them well. But if password manager is on both of my devices, now I resolve that issue. Next is your VPN. VPN is called a virtual private network. Anytime you connect to Wi-Fi, the owner of that Wi-Fi, depending on who it is, can actually snoop in on your traffic. That means thieves can get your logins, They can see where you go, etc. A VPN is a way of encrypting your traffic anytime you connect to Wi-Fi, whether it's at hotels, airports, Starbucks, McDonald's, anywhere public. You can have a VPN on your phone. Remember, individual plans are 3 devices. Family plans are 15 devices. You do not have to have a family to have a family plan. If I had more than 3 devices, such as a computer, cell phone, laptop, and tablet, I would want these services on all those devices. Next, we have ScamCheck. ScamCheck is another app through Trend that actually leverages AI to detect suspicious messages, links, and screenshots. You can take a screenshot of any question that you have, whether it's an email, a website, a text message, upload it to ScamCheck, and ScamCheck will leverage AI to search millions of scams to ensure that that is not a scam. This is great for those that want to make sure that before they click or before they reply, that this is a legitimate message. ScamCheck does come with your services through IDShield through Trend. The next thing I want you to do is talk about the settings tab at the bottom. When you click on settings, you want to manage your alerts. My suggestion is to keep push notifications on so you can be alerted as soon as an alert pops up. You also can manage your account. Here's another way you can update your monitor information. You have a list of features. And here is also where you can add family members if you have IDShield only. Member Perks is another service that we have through our Legal Shield and IDShield service. If you haven't set up your Member Perks in your Legal Shield services, you can click the shortcut here to set up a separate account through Member Perks for your IDShield services. Keep in mind, you only need one account regardless of which services you have. The important thing to note is that Member Perks is third party, so you will have to set up another account the same way you did for Trend Micro. At the very bottom, you have your support where you can also talk to an expert. Here's where you can call about all those issues I was telling you about. My advice to members is do not wait until something happens to call. If there is any suspicious activity on your computer, if you have any questions you have about credit issues or social media or anything else, call your expert.